Craft Brews and Casual Conversations. It is a very special episode because this is the Thanksgiving episode, and we're going to get a little scary. My name is Drew, and I don't know why I just got so nervous. I'm looking across in the digital world at a man with a king's hat on. It looks like a new king's hat. He's got a freshly shaven face, and maybe he's got some glasses that are relatively new. Are you freshly shaven?
No, this is 2 days.
That's 2 days.
You can probably hear it's got some scratch to it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can't see it. Anyways, this is Dudes with Brews on a Porch.
Cue it, asshole.
Dudes with Brews on a Porch presents to you another edition of Strange Brews, Conspiracies, Murder, Ghost Stories, Aliens. They're all coming to get you, my dears.
All right, here we are. Back at it again. Special episode. Happy Thanksgiving, Rob. I hope you're doing swell on the fine
I'm doing great.
day. All hail the almighty turkey. Praise his giblets. Gobble, gobble, motherfucker. Right?
I bought turkey. I bought a turkey dinner.
Did you? Like a turkey sub?
No, it's turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, mac and cheese, and green beans.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Cranberry. It's a Costco turkey dinner kit.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I saw those online. That's great. I'm drinking a beverage. I'm not drinking a beer because I am actually waiting until Black Friday to go beer shopping because a lot of limited releases are coming out on Black Friday. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to do my best to get my hands on some goodies. So today I am drinking some delicious bourbon yet again. It is good, and this one is a goodie. I stood in line for 4 hours to get this bottle of bourbon. Josh and I showed up at 4 or 5 in the morning at the place where they had some allocated bourbon. They had 2 bottles of the bourbon that I wanted, and I got it. 2 people in front of me got it, and then I got it. I am drinking Penelope's Rio. It is their latest installment of their Copper series, which takes our straight whiskey on a world tour, pairing Penelope with unique casts from around the world inspired by the joy of Brazil. Rio delights the senses with a double cast finish of American honey and Brazilian oak. The two make perfect dance partners, rich and sweet with surprising depth. It's a carnival in a bottle. It's got aroma of honeysuckle, raisin, coffee cake, and ripe banana. The palate is cinnamon dominated and spicy with rum, raisin, ice cream, and big red gum. Mid to short length on the finish, but full of flavor, playful, simple, and delicious. You're going to get some sweet honey, cinnamon roll. You'll get some sweet spice and the smell. You're going to get a long, savory finish with subtle hints of honey and spices on it. So it was aged 4 to 6 years. The mash bill, 74% corn, 14% wheat, 9% rye, and 3% malted barley. So it's a blend of 3 bourbon mash bills comprised of 4 grains, finished first in honey barrels, and then the new Amburana barrels from Brazil. The finishing period was around 2 years in total. That's a lot of information.
It is. It was. You did it eloquently.
Thank you. So yes, I stood in line, and it was a beautiful moment because they had a bunch of different allocated bottles, hard to find stuff. Josh and I were numbered like 13 and 14 in line. People slept there all night. We did not, but I got it. The person in front of me also bought a Valencia bottle of Penelope. The 2 people in front of me did. So I was like, oh shit, they're probably going to go for the Rio. One of them went for a Rio. One of them went for something else. So then and then the one guy behind me he goes, oh, there's still a Rio left. And then I turned around and I said, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
taking it. And I
As you should. You got there first. It looks like it's got a little cherry hue to it.
it's got
Is it just the background? It looks a little reddish to me.
it's got a little of the copper look to it. It really has a sweet smell to it.
I mean, while you sip that and whatever, I'm going to say, for somebody who says that they don't have a lot of time and they are tired all the time, you certainly find ways to stand in line for things that most people wouldn't quite a bit.
What do you mean?
I don't know, 4 a.m. for a bottle of bourbon.
It's 5. 5 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, but what time do you get up? 4:30, 3:30?
4 because I went to Quick Trip to get coffee and stuff before.
Yeah, so
And it was a good time. I got to catch up with my good friend Josh, who I haven't seen in a while. So him and I stood in line for 4 hours, and we got cold together.
You know what I remember staying in line for getting in line at 4 a.m. for? Me and my buddy Bob Benson, we drove all the way to Sheboygan and waited in line from 5 a.m. till noon for free dental work.
Free dental work?
Yeah. Yep. Well worth it.
Was it?
No. They were like, oh, we can give you a cleaning. We're like, you advertise this like you're gonna save my life.
Well,
in a Walmart parking lot.
You gotta read the fine print, I guess. But it is very good. It's definitely on the sweeter side of things, I would say. It doesn't have a long burn to it, which is nice. I like the cinnamon scent of it.
Festive. Cinnamon.
It's good.
That's festive. It's fine. It's like big red cinnamon. What are we talking about?
I wouldn't say too much big red. Maybe a little bit. But
Okay.
it's smooth.
More
it's
like
light.
spicy gingerbread man.
It doesn't have like a big burn to it. It's good. I'm drinking it neat. No ice, nothing. Neat.
Not even a drop?
Not even a drop.
You don't do that with the bourbon, do you? That's more of a Scotch thing, right?
You can do drops with bourbon. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
I'll put ice in some of them. And like the higher quality stuff, I try not to. So that's
Sometimes that unlocks the flavor aroma palette.
You're right.
That's what they say.
That's what I've heard as well. But that's what I'm drinking. It's delicious. It's good. It is. It's Thanksgiving time, and I thought
before we jump into what you're gonna do, can I just say I read a story. Just want to run it by you. I want our listeners to know that this is the kind of stuff that's happening in our world. I don't remember the exact number, but it's well over 200. A man was he was smuggling from South America some I don't know, rare things on his body. Over 250 tarantulas, over 100 centipedes from the Amazon, duct taped in baggies to his body. I think it said over 100 of the tarantulas were adults.
Nice.
That's all you have to say about that. You're not thinking about the centipedes and the tarantulas on your body.
There's none on me.
Well, must be nice. Sleep tight.
Yeah.
We don't all have that luxury.
It wasn't me.
It's like, how much do you have to get paid to do that?
A lot, I guess. I would do it for a certain dollar amount.
Oh, come on. No.
$1 million? $1 million
No.
you wouldn't do that?
Ugh, centipedes, dude. 100 centipedes?
That's not that much. That's not bad. For $1 million? $1 million.
Amazon centipedes.
$1 million. $1 million American dollars.
$1 million American doesn't get you much these days.
More than I got now.
Well, all right. Well, that's where we beg to differ.
Well, that is strange indeed. I'm sorry I didn't prompt the response that you wanted me to have, but
I don't know. I don't have an expected response I wanted you to have, but I don't think anybody should just be like, oh, yeah, 300 tarantulas. Interesting.
Yeah.
100 adults. You don't say.
Crazy.
I got some milk the other day, and the expiration date was a little bit close to the buy date. I didn't like it so much.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we'll just breeze past it.
Gotta drink it fast. So I wanted to talk a little strange brew, Thanksgiving style. We don't really talk too much about associate scary things with Thanksgiving. You got Halloween, and back in the day, you used to tell ghost stories around the campfire or around the fire at Christmas time, right? Like that was a tradition.
Yes.
And you know, the Christmas Carol is rooted in paranormal, in kind of Halloween-esque type of stuff. So I want to keep that going. I want to have some horror. I want to have some paranormal, some unusual with the world of Thanksgiving. So I've been able to find and compile a list of stories, kind of. Okay.
All right.
Beginning all the way back to the first installment of Thanksgiving.
Day one, Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth, Massachusetts, baby. Around the original landing site in which the Pilgrims collided with land. There's there's just a lot of ghostly figures who look like pilgrims that appear around Thanksgiving. Wandering Plymouth Rock, cemeteries.
Do they have clothes on?
Yeah, they got the clothes on. They have the clothes on. Remember, we talked about
Interesting.
that.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. It's believed to be the spirit of John Carver, who was the first governor of Plymouth, of the Plymouth colony. He died in harsh conditions in the early days. And so his ghost walks around carrying a Bible, looking mournful. People say they see him walking silently, sometimes pausing to look towards the sea and reminiscing, and then he vanishes. So some people say he's looking for his wife. Yeah, that's a nice little story, huh?
I mean, you know what? You don't hear about naked ghosts, and you don't hear about happy ghosts very often. They do tend to look mournful, don't they?
I think the only like nice ghost I ever heard of was Casper.
Casper, yeah.
You know, every other ghost is just bad. Even the movie Ghost, right? Demi Moore.
I legitimately just watched some Ghost on my break today.
Wait, it was Swayze that died in the movie, right?
Swayze was dead.
He was killed by somebody?
Honestly, I don't know much about that movie. I just know that I got to see the scene where he's in the subway with the guy who plays. He's a character actor. I don't know his name, but he's a great character actor from the '90s. And he's like crazy, and he jumps in front of a train. But he teaches Swayze how to have impact on the physical world through emotional. What would it be called when you concentrate on something? Emotional concentration.
Sure. I don't know. The only scene I really know is the pottery one.
Yeah, when he uses his emotional concentration on Demi Moore.
Can you blame him?
I mean, yeah, well.
It was his wife in the movie.
Yeah.
So they were in love, right?
It's a love story, I'm sure. It's not I'm not a big Swayze fan.
Well, good thing he's dead in real life, huh?
I know, yeah. I mean, it's my go-to movies are not Swayze movies. He's got some good ones, I'm sure, but
yeah. Don't
judge me on it. Anyway, it's weird that you brought up Ghost, and I just happen to be watching it today.
We're always in sync, man, no matter what.
Yeah.
We're now traveling to some stories of the Midwest. The Midwest around this time. There's a rural farming community in the Midwest. They don't want their location given away too much, but there is a cursed turkey raised on a patch of land that's been desecrated by a forgotten tragedy. So the turkey, normal turkey, right? Just plain Jane turkey will gobble gobble, eating bugs off the ground, living life. But when cooked and eaten, disaster is brought to the family. Strange illnesses, sudden deaths, violent arguments that tear families apart. But I feel like that's just a standard Thanksgiving practice.
Yeah, that sounds like an undercooked turkey at a normal Midwestern family Thanksgiving.
Yeah, an undercooked turkey that got somebody sick, and then the next year they're at the same place and they're like, I don't really know if I should be eating this because the last Thanksgiving Uncle Chuck died, and then you have that person going, you have your other uncle, the dude's husband, goes, "What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?" And then And then, knives get thrown. It's like that scene in The Bear where he throws a knife and, you fucking piece of shit. And then, families fall apart. So that's not really too unusual, but sure, go ahead and blame a turkey. Go ahead and blame the cursed turkey, but there's more to it. There's accounts of a family who heard scratching noises from inside their oven as the turkey was roasted. They opened it, and the bird seemed to twitch as if it were still alive, despite being gutted and plucked. And then after they ate the turkey, shadowy figures began stalking their home. An eerie gobbling occurred at night.
What does eerie gobbling sound like?
I don't really. It's like slow gobbles. Maybe it's like, is there an elderly person drowning in the backyard? This does go away when the leftovers are burned completely. So you can't.
How many times is this every year they deal with this, or was this one time?
It's on a plot of land. It's on a plot of land where.
So if you cook a turkey on that plot of land, then
if you get it from that plot of land,
old man gobbles comes until you burn the leftovers.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I
mean, hey, kudos to whoever comes up with this stuff, because they had to hear those things and be like, what if it was? Remember that turkey, the turkey that was twitching in the oven? I wonder if that's haunting us. I think that's what's haunting us. How do you think we get rid of that? Burn the leftovers. I think we burn the leftovers and it'll go away. Like they're making it up as they go. They have to be.
Yeah. I don't know. They're just, that patch of land and they're just pumping out turkeys. The Jenny O's. You can't you gotta be careful about that. So I like that one. Now this one brings us close to home, Rob. Rural Wisconsin. There's a decaying farmhouse in a setting for the legend of the Phantom Feast. Travelers, they come through late November. They claim to see lights glowing from the windows of this farmhouse. They hear faint sounds of laughter and clinking silverware. Here we go. The friendly ghost, perhaps,
This could be, yeah.
Friendly
ghost and happy ghost, those are two different things. You never see right. Just a ghost on repeat with a smile on his face. It's always melancholy.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, what's going on there, Zach Baggins? They'll hear.
My stomach, my emotional stomach. So I don't know why. That's always my Zach Baggins. He's just like, I feel so emotional right now. My stomach, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah. Could I be witnessing a happy Thanksgiving feast? So it says like when people approach, like, so they'll get the whiff of the turkey and the pies. But when they approach the house, abandoned, no sign of life. The story essentially is that there was a family who once died in a blizzard there in the 19th century on Thanksgiving Day, unable to reach help or food. So their spirits are just reliving that last meal every Thanksgiving, eternally trapped in that moment. Some people have gone inside and hear whispers, see figures sitting at a table, vanishing as they get closer. That's not really too bad. You know what? If I'm going to be... Go ahead.
No, I just, if they died in a blizzard, I mean, they probably didn't have a hot meal and then they just died at the table.
Yeah.
I think I want to believe that this is a ghostly tradition of whoever in that area. Like, ghosts get together and have ghost dinner.
Ghost things. They don't have to worry about carbs.
Yeah, no, they can eat. You can eat as much as you want. You don't have to worry about just getting sleepy.
I like that as well.
But Wisconsin or the Upper Midwest should have its fair share of these types of stories, kind of, just because the harsh winters of the 17 and 1800s drove the people that homesteaded there insane,
mm-hmm.
and to the and killed a lot of them tragically.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
A lot of these stories are from the Midwest, so you're not too far off. I'm astonished right now because the Milwaukee Bucks are blowing a lead, a significant lead. They were up.
That's what they do.
They were up 16 points at one time, and now they are only up 4. And of course, it's the fourth quarter, where historically the Bucks do not perform well. This is an in-season tournament game. I mean, does that really matter? I don't know. If you're chasing some sort of glory, I guess it does. But the Miami Heat seem to be doing a little bit better, and we got 10 minutes and 30 seconds until the game is over. A missed 3 from the Heat. The Bucks have the ball. Okay, that's great. Back to the spooky
Maybe
stories.
it's the curse of the Milwaukee Turkey.
The Milwaukee Turkey, yeah.
Now the Bucks can't keep a lead in the fourth quarter.
You're right. That very well could be.
They can get a lead in the fourth quarter, but they can't hold on to a lead if they go into the fourth quarter with it.
Very well could be.
And the only way to get rid of that curse is obviously to burn the game ball and all your underpants.
Right. They have to burn that god awful bright yellow floor for this in season tournament flooring. But we're staying back in the Midwest, okay? Thanksgiving Charlie. So this mysterious gaunt figure roams neighborhoods on Thanksgiving night searching for food. Could be the local your local homeless person as well. He was a poor man, died of starvation on Thanksgiving, ignored by wealthy town folks. Now his restless spirit seeks scraps left outside houses. He's kind of like a raccoon. People who leave food for Charlie are said to be blessed with good fortune. But those who ignore him or mock him, the tradition is that they suffer his wrath. They hear soft footsteps on their porches late at night. Porch Pipe Society, future member here. They hear their trash cans being disturbed, tipped over. And those who refuse to leave scraps reportedly experience bad luck, like their appliances are breaking, car troubles, even ghostly wails outside their windows. So this is kind of a Santa Claus scenario, if you will. You leave cookies and milk for Santa Claus every Christmas Eve, for his travels. You gotta leave, and it's not even, you don't even have to leave a full plate. It merely the scraps, the table scraps. You compile them, you put them on your porch. Thanksgiving Charlie, he thanks you, he blesses you. You're on your way. You know what? I actually might just throw just a little slice of turkey out for the guy on Thursday, just to see what happens. Yep. Let's see what 2025 can bring when I feed Thanksgiving Charlie.
Well, when your trash cans start tipping over, think raccoons before you think Charlie.
Right. Usually the only time my garbage cans tip over is if there's a lot of wind.
Yeah, or the wind.
Forgot
about that wind.
It could
pesky
be.
Wind.
Pesky wind.
I will say, I feel like Charlie could better use his ghostly time.
Right.
Go haunt just rich assholes. Those are the ones that left you to die back in the day.
Right.
Some of us need the food on our table.
Yeah, I would say, I want to keep my. I do like leftovers. They are. I love leftovers. They're great. You don't have to think. You grab the Tupperware, you eat it, and I don't even heat mine up. Because I'm an animal.
You are wow. Same type of person that doesn't heat up leftovers would strap 100 tarantulas and centipedes to their body.
I don't heat leftovers. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't heat them. I'll eat it cold, and it's good.
You eat pasta cold?
Yes. Spaghetti
cold?
Yes.
I mean, you said everything cold, so I can go through all the leftovers, and you're just going to go, yes.
It's true.
Yes. Broccoli? No, I need to steam that.
No, I'll eat it cold.
Yeah,
it was already cooked before, or steamed before. You redo it, and it's just like gross. So I just eat it cold.
You eat cold pizza?
Hell yeah, dude. Who doesn't?
I hate cold. I can't do it.
That's more about you than it says about me. That you're the problem in that scenario.
I don't think that's the truth.
I've
tried.
Most people eat cold pizza. Most.
Maybe.
Are you doing any Black Friday shopping?
No, I don't think so.
I think you should try it because you can be experienced by some of these ghosts, these figures that are seen pretty consistently on Black Friday. So there's there's frantic energy that creates the shadow figures. Did you know this?
It's actually that makes a lot of sense actually.
So black shapes darting between aisles, reflections of figures in mirrors that aren't there when you're in turn, or when you turn around, they disappear. Cold, oppressive feelings in crowded stores are common. They see tall figures, humanoid shape, distinct features feeding on the anxiety and aggression in the air. So there you go. Sometimes the entities will trip you over, shove you, or even leave you paralyzed for a moment. And sometimes they latch onto you and come home with you.
See, now that's, to me, there should be something made about that, because that makes a lot of sense. If ghosts feed off energy, there's nothing like more. I mean, go back to the Furby craze, man. Like Black Friday for those days, like there's nothing but chaotic energy in the store.
I just watched a video of when the original Cabbage Patch doll was released in like the 70s or whatever, maybe the 80s, and like just insanity. The one guy who got it, he has the Cabbage Patch Kid, and he's just like, yeah, I misworked for this. Hopefully my boss doesn't watch this. I'm on my way there now. It's just like, what the fuck? But I think Black Friday has calmed down
since Cyber Monday.
Well, since Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and then just since you can just buy anything online for the most part. And since they started the sales, most places already have these sales going on all month long. So you don't really have to worry too much about it. But yeah, it's as a former person who worked in retail, Black Friday was horrendous. And I saw people fight over sheets. But I've never seen any figures, or maybe I have and I just wasn't paying too much attention to it. But there is a haunted toy aisle in a large retail store, again nameless. They
don't put the name, huh?
Yeah. Shoppers report hearing toys activating on their own, especially animatronic dolls and cars with no batteries. They start moving and doing all their things. One person heard a doll whisper, "Don't take me." But the real kind of crazy story that I want to talk about for Black Friday, this is a true event. So this happened at the Willow Creek Mall. It's a shopping center, had a Black Friday event. There was a 27-year-old girl named Emily Monroe who went to go get, some deals, buy some gifts for her family, and they never saw her again. Believe it or not, she was last seen standing in line at 8:45 at night. She had a few toys, talking to somebody behind her. She was gone when the cashier was looking for the next customer. She was gone. Her cart and toys were arranged. They were in the checkout line still, but she never. Yeah, she left and never came back. People were calling her name.
Cameras.
Yeah, there's some security cameras. They saw her walking away from the checkout line, calm, expressionless. She was going towards the fitting room. She opened the door to one of the rooms, stepped inside, and never came out. And when security checked the fitting room, it was empty. Police obviously got called about that, which that's kind of creepy, right? Is that like a portal to hell or something like that, you think?
Well, we could do probably a strange brew on, evidence of disappearances in like on camera in rooms where there's only one entrance, one exit, and somebody goes in and they just never come out and they're not there, because I've seen there's a few things. Some of them are directly related to mystic portals or areas where portals are said to exist.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are time anomalies, so it's kind of like a Langoliers situation.
Yeah. There's only one way in, one way out to this fitting room. They saw her go in, never came out. Surveillance footage only saw her go in. She didn't have any like history of mental illness or substance abuse, or anything like that. And now, they couldn't figure it out. The case unsolved. But the department store kind of became famous for this, and some weird things have started to happen. They hear footsteps, they say, inside the locked stalls, only to find it empty upon inspection. They'll hear sobbing, somebody calling for help, and then every Black Friday, at least one shopper reports a strange sensation while near the fitting room. And one person saw a pale woman standing in the room by the mirror. When she turned around, gone. And the store actually like has this like blocked now. They don't let people in it. But the people are still hearing the whispers, and everything's unsolved, which is kind of crazy. There are
That to me does actually sound like a out of phase time situation.
a temporal
where you
rift.
Yeah, like where you have somebody that's out of sync with the reality that we live in, but we get the remnants of it. But if it were me, and to me, if you ask me, is a life worth destroying a fitting room to see what the fuck is, yeah, absolutely it is. Human traffickers are real in this world, and they do crazy shit. Pull apart the walls, see if there's a tunnel somewhere. Like she went in, she had to go somewhere, right? So
yeah, that is one of the theories. Human trafficking. They somehow got her out of the store unnoticed. There was suspicious individuals lingering near the store, but it's Black Friday. So like what do you think is going to happen?
Well, yeah, so that's the thing. It's a great, like, especially before the internet sales and all that stuff, like Black Friday was like the World's Fair back in 1920. You could just probably pick people off all you wanted to, because there's so many people there that are suspicious. Like if you're going based on criminal records or this or that, like the cops have their hands full with everybody that's in these places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another, on the paranormal side, she walked through some sort of dimensional portal, either drawn unknowingly into another realm, or she walked into the wrong realm, finally realized it, and was like, oh, I gotta get back home. I gotta go through this fitting room door.
Yep. And she's like, was I in 3 or was I in 7? Can't remember.
Wait a minute. This Barbie
This is
doll.
Kohl's. I was in Target.
Yeah, this Barbie doll doesn't exist yet, or something. I don't know.
Did I tell you about that when I got Bethany when I was up in Michigan? Did I tell you about the Barbie doll I got her?
I don't know.
There's a mermaid doll, and she was like, "Oh, can I please open my Barbie doll?" Can you hear me right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because my video feed is frozen. But and I was like, okay, yeah, you can open her, and like she opens it and she goes, "Oh, thank you so much. I couldn't breathe in there. You're the first kid that's ever played with me." And I was just like, she was like talking as the mermaid doll, and it was like getting sadder and sadder. Like I was like, kudos to you for like coming up with this like, oh, she's trapped in plastic and she can't breathe, and she's so happy to get fresh air, and oh my god, no kid has ever played with me before, ever. And I was like, well, do you count the kid that made you? Is that playing with you?
Right.
I'm sure Barbie's using some sus labor.
Yeah.
But anyway, anytime that when you get into that stuff, I think, and I will now think of her giving this Barbie mermaid a voice and saying some very sad things that were true, by the way, that were all very true. Yes, no child has played with this doll yet, and it's in a Munising gift shop that I'm guessing maybe it was there for 4 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That is a little depressing, I guess you could say. Yeah, the dolls and all that kind of stuff can be definitely really really creepy. But hopefully one day they'll solve Emily's disappearance. And
I
yeah.
hope so.
But for now, like you can save some money at that establishment on Friday, and maybe you'll hear a ghostly wail. Who knows?
Whenever you say ghostly whale, I keep thinking of WHALE.
Yeah, like Free Willy. Like that dude's
Yes.
got to be dead now, right?
And I have to really like, even before you said pulled unknowingly into another dimension or something, and I heard pulled annoyingly into another dimension, and I was like, you get pulled into another dimension, and you go, oh, this is so annoying.
God, not
This
again.
is not what I wanted to do on my Friday.
Yeah. Now I got to figure this space-time continuum type of thing. Oh, thank you so much, Parallel Universe, for dragging me into this. What if you got pulled into a parallel universe or a different dimension, and it was just absolute euphoria. It was the greatest. Like life was just perfect. Everything was well, and but and let's just say everyone and you loved, and that there was a version of that there. They were all with you. So I would be there. Everyone would be there. Cared about would be there. They'd be no different. We'd be the same, but like you're happy. You're in like the perfect world, but in this world, we're looking for you, thinking you're dead, and you had the opportunity to come back. Would you?
I mean, I think it wouldn't take too long for me to forget about all you guys looking for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have a lot of strange brew content to talk about for quite some time.
Yeah.
You think I'd be a suspect in your disappearance? Well, you're in California, so I guess I'm off the hook to a degree.
Yeah, until you just said that, I don't think you were a suspect. But as soon as you said that on air, and they're going to go through the podcast and go, this was interesting. When the co-host said, when you disappear forever, do you think I'll be a suspect? Probably not. I'll probably be safe.
Right. Well, you're in California. What could I do?
Yeah.
Call a hitman?
Yeah, but you're trying to get that, you're learning to run further every day. Someday you'll make it here.
That'd be a long run. That'd be very long.
Remember when Drew disappeared for a full year and then Rob disappeared off the face of the earth? Where were you? I was running.
running. Oh, that day, well, I was actually in Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa. Definitely Iowa. Why didn't you take your phone on that run? It doesn't matter. I don't like to run with it. I just don't.
Right.
Seems inconvenient to have a phone on you when you're running.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, 3:44 left in the fourth quarter, tied at 96. The Bucks are gonna lose this game. They're gonna shit the bed once again. The curse is back.
I don't think there is a curse. I think we're pretty blessed as Wisconsin fans.
It took 50 years to get another Bucks championship. 50 years. That's a long time.
Yeah. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that don't have even a Super Bowl appearances or World Series runs or championship games for their teams in their entire lifetime. We have some for all of our teams, basically.
The Brewers don't have a World Series.
Not the series, but we had hopes. They got into the playoffs. Didn't
Everyone's got hopes. Hopes don't matter.
They don't.
It's your accomplishments matter. You achieving the ultimate goal matters. You can make it to the game before the World Series, but
I'm telling you, okay, so that's our baseball team is maybe not the greatest right now, but we've gotten an NBA championship and a Super Bowl in our lifetimes, multiples for the Super Bowls.
Only 3 appearances, 2 wins.
A curse is like Minnesota's never got one. They deserve not to have one, but I'm just saying, like a real curse goes. Was it Boston that was 108 years?
It was the Cubs.
Cubs, whatever. One of those teams that's now better than our team.
Yeah.
But I still don't think that Wisconsin has a curse on it.
But the Brewers have never won a World Series.
Did the Braves?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's a curse. Okay.
If you want to say that, that's fine.
Thank you. I need that that validation from time to time, Robin. You recognize that, so thank you.
Yep. How do we break the curse? Do we get together and have beer, venison, and cheese?
Yeah, and then I think we have to find that one of those fitting room portals. Yeah. And go into a different layer of Wisconsin, and we'll be okay. I really
have to burn something too.
You always got to burn something.
You got to burn something.
Some Gouda.
Burn the Gouda.
Like smoked
eat
Gouda.
The Fremunda.
That's disgusting.
I know, that was bad. I heard it when it came out.
That's funny though. That's funny. Oh, and now they got an and one. The Miami Heat did. So now it's going to be. No, it's not an and one. It's a 2-point shot he missed. All right. So we'll see if he can tie it up with 3:24 left. Sad times.
Yep.
What are you doing? What are you doing today on Thanksgiving? Because that's when this is being heard.
Gonna cook up that Costco turkey dinner kit at Shonda's. We're gonna eat together.
Oh, look at you. Just the two of you?
Yeah, we're just gonna spend the day. We have the day off.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Look at you.
And then,
you domesticated man.
Yeah.
You're spending time with somebody that you enjoy their company. Hopefully she enjoys yours, or at least tolerates it. And, who knows what could happen? Wild times on a turkey day, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I will say there's animosity in my friend group right now because of this whole thing.
Why?
People say that they're like happy that you're with somebody and all that, but then they act like, oh, it's I don't hang out enough, or I hang out with the wrong people, or some bullshit.
There's no such thing as hanging out with the wrong people. You're spending time with somebody you care about. And who cares about you? You enjoy spending time with her, and she enjoys spending time with you. Like, why is that bad? Maybe those other people need to get a better personality. Oh, big 3-point shot from fucking AJ Green. Beautiful. 2:20 left. Bucks are up 4. And they're saying, I don't know. It's just stupid. They're jealous.
It doesn't all come down to Shonda too, but it's just like in this time, all of a sudden I have a couple people that are, sticking it to me, I guess, or not really sticking it to me, but like they're calling me out for some shit that I don't think I need to be called out for. I'm happy with the way that things are, and it's like, hey, if you start dating somebody and you like them, yeah, you're going to go through a period of time where you hang out with them a lot, and then eventually, it's like you kind of get back to. I've tried to merge my friend group with her, and it's like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. These people it didn't really work with, so.
You think
it is what it is.
You think Shonda?
I stood my ground, though.
Hell
I stood my ground.
You think Shonda will like me? If she ever meets me,
I think so.
She'll
meet you.
She listen to the podcast?
No, she doesn't.
So she doesn't know all my insecurities and low points.
No, I tell her about. She always asks what we talk about.
You tell her about.
I give her an in-depth synopsis.
Yeah.
Then she always looks at the pictures that we put on.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, speaking of which, I'll send along a picture of my guitar playing astronaut.
Yeah.
Nebula light.
Just your new night light.
Yeah, this is what keeps me warm when I stay at home.
We have a nightlight in our room as well because little guy, his bed is in our room, the little toddler bed. So we always got to have that on in case he wakes up in the middle of the night. And I gotta say, it is comforting sometimes. It's nice but there's sometimes where I do turn it off every once in a great while, and I wake up and it's pitch black, and I was like, all right, this is nice too.
Yeah,
I gotta get on some sort of timer. Oh,
I will say I was up north working on the house.
Mm-hmm.
and I went outside to relieve the pee-pees from myself.
Yep.
Because up there, it's not, it's like you don't want to be wasting, precious tank space.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you just go go stand next to the edge of the woods. It's so dark up there, and there was like just a little bit of light from inside the house that like the stove light was on. It's coming through the window, and it was hitting the weather main, and the weather main, like the north or the top piece of it, looked like just the glow of a face you couldn't see, and then the north and south arrows were lit just a little bit, and they looked like shoulders of somebody like standing in the darkness, and you could just see a silhouette. I was like, all right, I can't. As soon as that like thought of somebody because I didn't know what it was when it was happening. The next morning, I was like, oh, that's what that thing is. That's what it is. Last night, it was a ghoulish thing that it made me run back inside.
It's crazy how like your mind can play those games on you. I remember waking up, and my dad's like one of his first house that he lived in after him and my mom split up. There was a bag of cat food in the hallway. Like it was just got brought inside from the store, just didn't get put away. And there was there's those hall lights that there's on, and I wake up and I'm like looking at the hallway, and I like froze because I was like, fucking like some ET motherfucker is coming to get me. Like it looked like an old like the leprechaun from those.
Like yeah.
And I was just like, we're dead.
When you don't know what something is and your brain just starts coming up with random shapes and it goes like, this is what it could be. Your brain is such a dick.
Yeah.
it's like you never make it into something fun.
Right. Yeah, you never turn into something that I would want to run to. It's always
yeah. To me too. It's like I remember when I had to climb underneath the pool the first time at night at work. So it's like there's nothing underneath there. All you got is your what you can see with your flashlight, the little circle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm just like I have to go through this little tunnel thing, and off in the distance there's a little square, and it's just pitch black. My flashlight won't even make it back that far. And I'm just staring at it, and my brain is coming up with all the things that are going to come crawling out of there. Did we just win?
Not yet. Clutch game time moment. The shot clock. There's too much time on the clock you have to keep the shot clock running, right? They're dribbling it down the court. Dame bounce passes it to Brooke Lopez, like right front and center 3-point. Passes it to Pat. He passes it to AJ Green, wide open. Takes the three and gets it off right as the shot clock goes off, and it is nailed. He got it. Oh, now they might be challenging it. Did he get it off on time? Yes, he did. And they will be up with like 4 seconds, I think, 3.7 seconds left on the clock. They're up by 5.
That's pretty good.
They're deliberating. They're deliberating it right now, though. So currently it stands 5 seconds on the clock. 104 Milwaukee, 103 Miami Heat. These they're looking to see. He jumped in the air. He was in the air when the shot clock went off, so that counts.
No, it has to be out of your hands.
It has to be out of your hands?
Yeah.
Oh, we might be.
If your fingertips are touching the ball when that shot clock expires, then it doesn't count.
Well, that might be the case then. That's why that's not changed. Well, then we're fucked.
No, it's 4 point. It's like you just got to play defense.
It's a 1 point. It's a 1 point game now.
Yeah. So no fouling, but you got to play good D.
5 seconds.
It's a long time.
That is a long time in basketball. So and
part of me would almost just foul instantly.
Isn't it crazy? Like,
and then you get the last shot.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Just like the ride I just went on emotionally. Yeah. I was like, oh, they sealed
you should learn the rules of the game before you get all hyped up.
Yeah, you're right. I should, but it looked like it was good. Like he barely.
Did they overturn it?
Yeah, it didn't count.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so they're up by 1 point right now. 5 seconds. We have the Miami Heat on the side court. They got the timeout or whatever. And we go, and a big 3-point shot, and he missed it, and the Bucks will win. Oh, they got fouled. 0.3 seconds left. It might be a jump ball, but he missed the three. It should be a
Loose
done
ball
game.
foul?
Huh?
Loose ball foul? They didn't foul the shooter, right?
No, so he caught it. Bucks player caught it, and then the Miami.
Oh, they foul. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
It depends on if they're in bonus.
I don't think they are. But yeah, bounced right off the fucking rim. But it like in and out. Beautiful. So they might win, which is good. I hate the Miami Heat. I hate Jimmy Butler. I hate all of them. Tyler Hero. Oh yeah, he's getting Milwaukee's in the bonus. So they're getting shots.
Yeah.
So he's got to make it.
Who'd they foul?
Prince, who's been clutch.
I don't know who that is. He
Young,
must be new.
Young player. Yep. New Tarian Prince, number 12. 71% on free throws this season, which is pretty clutch, pretty good. He just made the first one, so now we're up 2. So it has to be a 3-point shot for the Miami Heat to win the game. But he's getting another shot. 1.2 seconds on the clock. He puts it up, and it is good. We are up by 3 points. So a 3-point shot in 1.2 seconds must happen to take them into overtime. See, I could
Who takes it? Hero or Buckets? Or that other guy? What's his name?
Jim
Gorbachev?
I don't know. I hate Tyler Hero though. Now it's a break. So you got a little bit of paranormal, you got a little bit of holiday, you got a little Black Friday, and now you're getting some play-by-play. You're getting the gamut of entertainment with this podcast. You get a little bourbon sometimes, you get a little beer sometimes you get a little yawn. Sometimes you get a new hat. It's crazy. Yeah. Do we stay on? Do I stay on during this commercial break? Do we have to see what happens at the end, right? Or do we leave it on a cliffhanger and you have to watch the highlights?
I think we let the people decide who won for themselves.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I mean, because who's going to care who really won 20 years from now, when people will most undoubtedly be just finding this podcast.
That'd be cool.
And listening all the way to the end of the episode.
I'd be pretty pumped if we were discovered in 20 years and then they're just like, where are they now?
Yeah.
We become like, the Picassos or the Virginia Woolfs. Where
it'd be crazy about that though. Sorry, you can continue.
No, go ahead.
If they found it 20 years from now and they went and tried to find this game that you're talking about, because this is pre-recorded.
Mm-hmm.
It would take, it's not going to happen on Thanksgiving. They're going to go, this game doesn't exist. That man was just making up a play-by-play.
Which would be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All right, Miami Heat inbounds it. He puts it up for 3 to tie the game, and he doesn't get it. The Bucks win 106-103. Eat shit, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There's a team.
I told you that curse wasn't real. My God, you never listen to me. I drank Penelope's Rio Bourbon. It is sweet. It's got a good smoothness. It is tasty. I like it. I do find myself sometimes after I drink bourbon, I was like, I gotta drink some water. I do have to drink some water.
It's like a saltine cracker that way.
A delicious saltine cracker in that regard. Hard to find bottle. It really is. No, I'm pretty pumped to have it. I need to savor the rest of it, and I don't know. Choose when I drink it and choose when I don't. Mm-hmm.
I didn't drink anything because I was hungover today and my eyes hurt.
Okay. Well, there you have it.
Yeah, there can't be much, just saying it like it is.
I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. I hope everybody is ready for the hustle and bustle of Christmas. I know I'm not ready for it, but
I have to figure out how to shop for a female companion again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, what do you get? What are you thinking?
I know we have a high dollar amount for my tastes set as our minimum. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know she likes things that are out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You, I've got some of her friends that I'm recruiting to help me pick out the right things.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. And, hit us up on Instagram. Click on our link tree, and you can find all the great stuff, such as our merchandise. You can find our access to everything. Everything there can be found on our Instagram, Dudes with Brews Pod on Instagram, or linktr.ee/Dudes with Brews. Rob, I love you. I miss you. And I'm thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you missing me. That makes me feel good.
Great. Goodbye.
See